When you're disrespected, do you get angry, or do you make them respect you? A Stoic doesn't react. They cause others to change their attitude. Have you ever felt disrespected? Maybe it's at work, when you give your all, but your effort is simply dismissed. Maybe it's when you're always willing to help, but that kindness is taken advantage of. Or in conversations, your opinion is ignored, as if you're not even there. Those moments leave an unsettling feeling. Sometimes they even hurt. You want to react. You want to prove your worth. But the more you try to explain yourself, the more respect you lose. The truth is, the problem isn't that you lack worth. It's in how you respond. Because respect isn't won through arguments. It's built from character and calm. Stoicism doesn't teach you to strike back. It teaches you to become worthy of respect. To understand how to earn that respect, we turn to a philosophy that has endured for over 2,000 years, Stoicism. Stoicism doesn't teach you to be cold or distant. On the contrary, it teaches us to maintain our character in any situation, to remain calm under pressure and steadfast against the judgment of others. It is the art of self-mastery. The great philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca lived and proved the value of this mindset. They didn't just teach with words, but with their very lives, men who were calm amidst adversity and strong in their silence. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This is the very core of Stoic philosophy. When you can control your thoughts and emotions, you will no longer be shaken by the disrespect or judgment of others. Because true respect doesn't come from proving yourself to the world. It begins with the mastery of yourself. The first lesson of Stoicism is this: do not react on impulse. When someone disrespects you, the natural human reaction is anger. Your heart races, your pride is wounded. And in that moment, all you want to do is fight back to defend yourself. But that flash of anger is exactly how you lose your power. The bigger your reaction, the more you show them they've found your weakness. Anger doesn't earn you respect. It only reveals your lack of control. Calmness, on the other hand, shows inner strength. A person who can stay composed under pressure has a quiet power. They don't need to raise their voice. It's the kind of strength that makes people pause, because they realize they can't manipulate you. They can't shake you. The Stoics understood that emotions are to be managed, not to be the masters of your life. They don't let insults define their worth. They know that dignity isn't found in the eyes of others, but in how you respond to challenges. Imagine this. You're in a meeting. A disrespectful comment is made. The room goes silent, and all eyes turn to you. Instead of lashing out, you just offer a slight smile. Hold your gaze, and calmly continue with your point. No argument, no long explanation, just quiet confidence and resolve. In that single moment, everything shifts. Not because you said more, but because you controlled more. Your composure makes their insults seem small, and your steady presence commands their respect. Marcus Aurelius once reminded us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." When you master your inner world, no one can take your worth from you. In the world of Stoicism, the one who controls their emotions is the one who holds the true power, and sometimes a dignified silence is the most powerful response. Because when you refuse to be ruled by your emotions, you don't just protect your dignity, you earn a natural respect that makes others think twice. The second lesson of Stoicism is this: you must respect yourself before you can expect respect from others. Many people are disrespected, not because they lack skill, but because they fail to set boundaries. They're afraid to say no, afraid of offending someone, and they constantly try to please everyone. But kindness without limits is often mistaken for weakness, and when you let people cross your lines, they start to take it for granted. A Stoic understands their own worth. They don't live to be liked, they live to be respected. They know that saying no isn't selfish, it's an act of self-respect. It's how you protect your time, your energy, and your dignity. Setting boundaries doesn't require anger or aggression. It's done with calm and firmness. A quiet but clear refusal is more powerful than any argument. When you say calmly, "I'm happy to help, but this part is your responsibility," you're not just protecting yourself, you're teaching them where your line is. At first they might be surprised, but over time, they will learn to respect you, because the world treats you exactly how you allow it to. Epictetus once reminded us, no one can harm you without your consent. When you define your boundaries clearly, you don't just stop people from taking advantage of you, you build an image of strength and integrity. A Stoic doesn't need to raise their voice to prove their worth. They let their calm and their principles do the talking. And it's this quiet consistency that earns them the respect of others. After all, clear boundaries don't create distance. They build a foundation for genuine respect. When you value yourself, the world learns to value you too. The third lesson of Stoicism is this: don't argue, prove. When you're disrespected, the common reaction is to try and explain, justify, or defend your honor with words. But the more you argue, the easier it is to lose your composure and unintentionally lower your own value. A Stoic understands that respect isn't built on words. It's built on results. Your achievements are always the most powerful response. When your competence is solid, you don't need to raise your voice to prove yourself. Excellence speaks for itself. Truly capable people don't need to say much, because their actions and results are all the convincing that's needed. Imagine you're being doubted or underestimated at work. Instead of debating, you quietly focus on your goals, improve your skills, and complete your tasks with a quality that exceeds all expectations. Over time, your results begin to change how people see you, not through words, but through undeniable proof. Marcus Aurelius once reminded us, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. This is the very core of Stoicism. When you focus on developing yourself, you not only build competence, you also build credibility and dignity. Your true worth will define your place in the world, and respect will follow, naturally and enduringly. A Stoic doesn't seek validation from praise. They let their results speak for them. And when you walk that path with resolve, those doubtful looks will slowly transform into admiration. Because in the world of a Stoic, the greatest victory isn't in defeating others. It's in conquering yourself and proving your worth through real competence. Imagine a young employee just starting out in an office. He's diligent, humble, and always ready to help people. But instead of being recognized, he's often overlooked. His opinions in meetings are rarely heard. The difficult work gets pushed onto him, while the credit for his achievements is seldom mentioned. At first, he felt discouraged. There were times he wanted to argue back, to prove that he deserved respect. But instead of arguing or complaining, he chose a different path, the path of a Stoic. He quietly honed his craft. Every day, he learned new skills, perfecting his work with focus and discipline. He wasn't looking for temporary recognition. He was patiently building long-term value. At the same time, he began to set clear boundaries, willing to support others, but no longer allowing himself to be taken advantage of. As time went on, his competence began to shine. Important projects were entrusted to him. Difficult problems were solved by him, calmly and effectively. The people who once overlooked him started to listen. Doubtful glances slowly gave way to trust. Then one day, when the company faced a major challenge, all eyes turned to him, not because he demanded attention, but because he had proven his value. He didn't need to argue to be respected. His composure, discipline, and skill had made him irreplaceable. And looking back, he realized that respect doesn't come from trying to please others. It comes from relentlessly improving yourself. The people who once disrespected him were now forced to look at him with admiration, not because he changed them, but because he had changed himself. Stoicism doesn't make you cold, it makes you unshakable. It's not an absence of feeling. It is the strength of a mind forged by challenges. When you are no longer swayed by praise or wounded by disrespect, you enter a state of true freedom, freedom from the world's judgment. Many people spend their whole lives searching for approval. They try to please others, sacrificing their own values just to be accepted. But a Stoic understands that respect never comes from bowing to the crowd. It is built from the calm, the character, and the dignity that you hold on to every single day. You don't need to be loud to prove your worth. A mountain doesn't need to announce its height, yet everyone has to look up. In the same way, when you are solid in who you are, your very presence commands a quiet respect. This is the unique perspective of Stoic code. It is not speaking much that makes you formidable. It is the silence that creates power. It is not a strong reaction that earns you respect. It is your calm that shows your class. It is not the approval of others that defines you. It is how you master yourself that creates your worth. When you stop seeking approval, you start earning respect. When you master your inner world, you master your life. And that is the Stoic code, the code of quiet strength. The journey of a Stoic doesn't begin with changing the world. It begins with mastering yourself. The 3 core lessons you've just discovered are the foundation of lasting respect. First, control your emotions. When you remain calm under pressure, you not only protect your dignity, you also make others pause and take notice. Next, set clear boundaries. When you value your time, your energy, and yourself, you send a powerful message that you will not allow anyone to underestimate you. And finally, prove your value through your actions. No arguing, no justifying, just persistent effort and real competence. Your accomplishments will say it all. Remember, respect isn't something you ask for. It's something you build. When you respect yourself, the world will learn to respect you. If the ideas in this video brought you value, please press the like button to help spread this message of calm and character to more people. Leave a comment. I choose calm. That is not just a phrase. It's a commitment to your own inner strength. And don't forget to follow Stoic Code to discover more profound Stoic lessons to help you master your emotions, build your dignity, and step by step, master your life. We'll see you on the next journey.